Welcome to another episode of Unpacking Live. This is episode 8. We keep ranking this episode up. I am your host, Christian from Hunky, joined today by my lovely co-host, Joe Federico, Marketing Maven. Hey, Joe, how's it
Hey,
going?
hey, I feel like Vanna White. How are you?
I'm doing just fine. Just excited that it's finally Friday. Friday's here. It's been hotter
Finally,
than
Friday.
hell. And it's good to be here chatting with you and chatting with all of our beautiful listeners that are joining us live. If you're joining us live, don't hesitate to leave a comment. If you're watching the replay, also leave a comment. Why not? We'll reply
Welcome.
to all of them and welcome. Yeah, welcome to all of you. All of you all, like the same. So I was
Episode
going to
8.
say.
That's crazy, Christian.
Episode 8. What are we talking about today, Joe?
We're
What's it
talking about summer.
about?
There's summertime sadness. This is summertime madness.
Yeah,
Summertime
the kind we like,
horror.
right? Horror again. Why are we talking about horror again?
The gays love it, my friend. The gays
And
just eat that up.
if we are anything, it's gay, right? So what else are we going to talk about if not horror?
Horror,
And
t-shirts, hunks, water,
all
sharks, all the
all
above.
this all of the stuff that we love. Hey, I do want to start our show today with
Yes.
a couple of shout outs.
Yes.
Dan, a lovely, lovely member of the Hunky community. Dan is taking care of his husband, Ken, who had he's recovering from surgery. So let's wish Ken a speedy recovery and then all the strength in the world because it's nice
Yes.
stuff. So you go for it, Ken,
From
and
me
then
and
you got it.
you. Hello.
And you have a shout out to do too.
I do. My special client, Kara, Kara's Ajax, the author, wanted a shout out. She cannot join us today, but she's sending her love and support to our Hunky Tops team. So, hey, Kara, I will
Hey,
tell you
Kara,
about this after we get off live.
we'll tell Kara to leave us a comment. Awesome. So let's dive into this summertime madness.
Let's dig in.
So why summer? What's so scary about summer?
Christian, a lot of things. I mean,
I
not so much as a kid, like reading the horror books, at least for me growing up, were enticing, intriguing, little
Mhm.
sexy. I still like being scared, and I have for many, 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 many years. Not to date myself or ourselves, but and
Yeah.
then, but if you think about it, like a lot could typically go wrong or can go wrong while you're traveling or over the
Oh
summer.
my God. Let's not even go there. I know it's true. It's true.
So
Uh,
but we have to lean into it as a form of escapism and hang on to the what ifs as a form of
right.
entertainment.
So I agree. I do. I find the same feeling. I we talked about this last week, right? So for me, oh, and another disclaimer, same as last week. When I say the word beach, I mean beach and not the B
The
word.
beach,
So
not
it's the beach. No, not yeah. So anyway, it's true. When I think about the summer, to me, traditionally has been about going to the beach, and it can be scary. There's a lot of like being seen and showing yourself and all of that, which can be a little scary, especially for queer people, right?
sure.
You find out is there's fewer places to hide, especially if you have like body issues, like I did when I was growing up, and all of that. But yeah, all of these horror movies. I mean, also the summer is kind of like a time to watch horror movies.
To watch horror. Absolutely.
Well, I mean, I know Halloween is probably the time to watch horror movies, but also the summer and the winter. But there's a special like subgenre of horror that right that happens in the summer or iconic summer horror movies.
But as we talked about earlier, that actually led to this episode was Summerween. From a marketing perspective,
Oh yeah,
you take summer and Halloween, you mix it, it's love child to Summerween. And a lot of brands and a lot of social media influencers, a lot of shows are leaning into the new
the summer
holiday
wind thing. I
that's called
did see
Summerween.
this, especially this year. I don't know if this was such a big thing last year, but I did notice like July 5th, people were like, "Okay, it's time for summer wind. Like
They
we're done with July
up
4th.
there.
It's summer wind. Let's get ready for
Exactly.
Halloween." Which
Even people are, like Target and God knows who else is selling um like Summerween decor, like
That's hilarious.
watermelon jack-o'-lanterns and skulls on the beach, crazy stuff. Even Bath and Body Works is sent out a flyer
That's
for
hilarious.
Summerween.
I had no idea that it was such a big thing.
It
Maybe
is now.
Hunky Tops should participate.
I
in
think we
this
should jump on
new-
that, Christian. What do you
in this
think?
new- Yeah, why not? Let's do a Summerween t-shirt design. It's not a bad idea, actually. Okay,
Oh yeah,
I'll put it into the list.
I want
But
it
let's,
on that.
let's talk about some summer
Horror
movies. When you
movies.
think about horror movies in the summer, which one is the first one that you think about?
Man, I think sharks. And I know what everyone's thinking. If you can pop a comment in the comment section or DM us, Jaws completely
Jaws.
ruined the water and the ocean when it came out. This is the 50th anniversary, I believe, this year.
Holy moly, really? That old? I can't believe it.
Crazy. So certainly Jaws and also Shark Night. Shark Night 3D really did it for me. So how about you?
Well, when I think about horror movies and when I think about the summer, to me the classic one is Lost Boys. We talked about Lost Boys last time,
Yes.
but Lost Boys is why is it summer? Oh, maybe I'm wrong, but I have the feeling that like they move. Maybe it's because they just moved to the beach, right? The movie starts with this family moving to the beach, and it's the whole thing is very beachy, right? So when I think summer, I think beach, and when I think horror, I think Lost Boys for sure.
And think the boardwalk too.
Right. Yep.
Because it was in the marketing. There was this like saxophonist and these crazy rides. So,
yes.
So you associate that with beachy theme vibes.
Yep. And of course the other ones that I think of, but that's not number one necessarily for me, but all of the 80s summer camp based slashers, right? That's traditional.
Be alive.
Yes. Which reminds me, the thing that the disclaimer that I wanted to make is that we're talking about summer horror and camps, and I know that hits a little close to home with the situation in Texas. That's a tragedy that we want to acknowledge, and in no way we're making light of that situation.
No.
This is escapism, and we're not really commenting on or trying to relate to any kind of a horrific real life situation that's happening. So Jaws, let's unpack Jaws first. Why don't we talk a little bit about that classic movie? And first question that I have in my mind, why is it sexy? I find it sexy. I like Jaws a lot.
Jaws is sexy. I don't know, this big, massive shark.
Well, yes.
Swimming through the ocean.
I mean, we talked about this in the past too, but when you're a queer kid without a lot of queer content on TV, you see queer subtext where there is none, right? So it's like you kind of like will, from the power of your mind, you put queer subtext everywhere. And I feel like there's like this bonding between the male characters in that movie that I always
on the boat when they get drunk and they start singing.
I always thought it was kind of sexy, and I didn't hate it. What's the name from Daddy in that movie? From Close Encounters. I'm blanking. I'm sorry. Whatever. Richard Dreyfuss.
Dreyfuss.
So I first saw him in Close Encounters, which I think it's later on, right? I believe Close Encounters is like 77 or I don't remember. Maybe
like later in the 70s.
Yeah, and Jaws is earlier, right? So he's younger in Jaws, but in my mind, he's always been Daddy, and seeing Daddy Dreyfuss in Jaws was absolutely eye-opening for me, for sure.
And he's nerdy, but he's authoritative, and
so that's true. Yes,
he just I think the nerd angle for me really gets me with his little beanie when he gets off the boat and he gets on the island and he's matched perfectly, and he wants to take control and understand why. I'm like, take control, Shark Daddy.
Totally, I agree. So that's true, right? Maybe that's the other queer aspect of it. It's not really queer, but it's the fact that the main male character is not, well, it's not the only one, but it's not traditionally the macho alpha type of character, right? It's a more like introspective or at least more intellectual, as opposed to like the action hero type who would be the other guy, of whose name I forget, the other guy in the movie, right? So both kind of like extremes or opposites kind of like balance each other.
You
And
mean
I thought that was
Quint or Chief Brody?
well, Chip Brody, I was thinking, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
well, okay. This is very taboo, and this is the hill that I'm going to die on. I don't care. Quint is very attractive, even though he's missing teeth and he's a drunk. Give me that Shark Daddy any day too. To me, he's a little older. I mean, I think
honestly, I see it. I see it.
I'm here for it. And
hey, no shame from me. Not shame from me.
No
yeah,
shaming on the show.
no, not at all. Yeah, we're all sluts. Is basically what we're saying.
We're all sluts. Yeah, pretty much.
For Shark Daddies. Yeah, totally.
It's cool.
So that was a great movie. Shame that they never made a sequel.
What, to Jaws?
Yes.
They made several. Oh,
there's no sequel to Jaws. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, if you dig a little bit, folks, I mean, yes, I understand where you're coming from with this, but as you progress throughout the years, and there are other Jaws-related movies, the sons get a lot hotter. So
okay.
And their
so
friends.
I haven't looked at them from that angle. So maybe I should revisit those.
Every
Jaws
summer
sequels.
we do our annual traditional watch of all the Jaws movies in the series, and the sons get older and hotter.
So, but Richard Dreyfuss never came back, right?
He never did. He never did.
Yeah,
No.
So that's kind of where they lost me, I guess. But hey, okay, I'll give it a try. I give it a try.
Just give it a try.
So yeah, that's a great one. But I know that you have like a secret or a soft spot for a very different horror movie that you think it's kind of sexy.
Try me.
I'm thinking a very old black and white classic Universal monster horror movie.
The Creature from the
Black Lagoon? Told me that you liked.
The Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Yes.
Oh, I have a crush on that fish. I have a crush on that fish.
So you had crushes on fishes before it was cool, is what you're saying.
Yeah. But also he scares the shit out of me too. So
right.
I'm gonna put out that blanket statement. Yeah.
What was The Shape of Water? Is that the one with the fish? I mean, with the other like fish monster that people were
I don't
like
know if
into?
I've ever seen that. Actually.
Oh my god, you should see that one. Yeah, that was another fish monster that people were like thirsting for.
Okay.
So check it out. But so maybe that's your like spiritual sequel to the Creature of the Black Lagoon. So yeah, I gotta be honest with you. I don't see that one as much, but I also kind of see it because of the whole, the monster aspect of it, of course.
So here's a quick sub story. So last fall, my partner and I went to New Hope, and we try to go at least once a year around Halloween, right? Look at all the scary things and have a date day and shop and whatever, right? And boost the local economy a little bit, because New Hope is the place around here to go. Highly recommend. And it's very queer friendly, by the way. Still is.
Very nice.
So there's this like consignment shop and vintage toys and artifacts and clothing. So their window display changes every season, or at least when I go there and see it. So probably more often, than once every season. This so happened to be for Halloween, and they had a full figure of the Creature from the Black Lagoon costume in the window, life size. He was beautiful, but again, seeing it in real life in full color, the greens and his mouth and the yellows and the reds and his webbed hand scared the shit out of me. Turned me on, but scared the shit out of me.
That's hilarious. Is it the lips? I bet you like the lips. Doesn't it have like big lips, from what I remember?
Like big, fish lips? Yeah, they're weird.
Yeah.
They're weird.
And it's kind of slimy, right? That's the other thing that I remember. I guess it's because the movie's in black and white, so I think there's like a lot of
really tell
visual tricks that they play to make it look like a fish, or like something that came from a lake. So, but yeah, it's a great movie though. I do agree that it's a movie that if you haven't watched, or if you haven't watched lately, you should definitely check it out.
Here's a question though, Christian. Aren't the most fun things slimy though?
I mean, I
I
can think
mean,
of several fun things that I was
if
planning.
nothing
So
else than
yeah,
for a clip for social media. Come
it's
on.
true. It's true. I cannot disagree.
You cannot disagree.
Um,
Anyway, what's next? What's next? What's up next?
the
Mhm.
creature from the Black Lagoon, I love, and yes, for our universe, like for our monsters series T-shirt, definitely we're gonna try to build one of those. I'm already thinking of.
Well,
I have
you
some
already
ideas.
have
I
Dracula.
have
You
some
have
ideas.
the werewolf.
Dracula and the werewolf. So next Halloween, maybe Summerween, creature from the Black Lagoon might be the next
Totally
one
here for
in the
that
list.
too. Yes,
Leave
please.
us a comment if you want to see a T-shirt design with a creature from the Black Lagoon, and what kind of slogan should we put in there? Should it be sexy? Should it be muscular? Should it be goth?
Hmm.
Let me
Somewhere in
know.
between.
I want to hear all about it.
All about
Uh, and and speaking of, I want to know. Yeah, we
it.
also talk when we talk about movies, summer horror movies. A classic. I know what you did last summer.
Total classic from the 90s.
Oh
Yes.
yeah,
The original, I know we did last summer.
the original. Yes, they did. I don't remember all the sequels. They did a huge, a big number of sequels, right? I
They
don't remember how
did.
many.
So I learned this, a little horror fun fact, that there was like an unofficial uh sequel or like a third in the series, maybe even after I Still Know What You Did Last Summer,
Oh,
that I
okay.
had never seen. Apparently, I think it went like right for television or
Right,
something
you.
like that.
Yeah.
But
Oh, I
there
thought
was
that.
I Know What You Did Last Summer with Anne Heche and all the
Mhm,
beautiful boys in the 90s. And then there was I Still Know What You Did Last Summer with Brandy. So it was
mhm,
branded, to bring her in because that was a thing. And
right.
now they're actually coming out with another I Know You Did Last Summer next week.
Yeah, correct. Next week. Is this a reboot or is it a continuation? Do you know?
I think it's a
Or a remake?
I think they call them like not a prequel or a sequel, kind of somewhere in between. And I forget
Okay.
that term, but it's
Okay.
like
But it's not a remake. It's not the
no,
same movie, basically.
no,
Okay. I'm into it.
yeah.
So this is weird. I don't know if it's weird. We talked about weirder stuff, but when
We
we talk about like sexy bad people in these movies, right? People, I know there's a lot of queers or gay people, gay men out there who love their Jasons and their Freddys. Well,
yes.
Jason more than Freddy. I do find I don't even know the name of the fish hook guy from this movie. I don't know. I'm into the long coat and the fish hook, I guess. So or it's a mid hook, whatever kind of hook it
Is
is.
there like a little bit of a kink there, a little bit of a fetish?
I think so. I think it's the long coat thing. Maybe I'm into it because that's all you see really from this guy.
Tall, dark, and murderous. Yes.
Yeah, I let's put murder on this like as a last thing, but yeah, I'm definitely into it. Yes, this was very 90s. I was a teenager. It was the thing to watch, and yeah, I hated it in a good way because yeah, everybody was so pretty in it and just so perfect, and then they just get all murdered, right? So it's like
And
I don't
that's
know. It
it.
was great.
That's it.
It was a great summer movie.
The
Yes.
end. Happy July 4th. Everyone's dead. The end.
Right. But yeah, and speaking of summer movies where everybody dies, and we alluded it a little bit at the beginning. During the 80s, there were a lot of slasher movies that happened at camps, like at summer camps, right? That was like the place to make your horror movie. So
Sure.
we have Friday the 13th. We talked about it uh, a while ago, right? In one of the previous episodes. But that's not the only one, right? So you
No.
mentioned one that I'm not super happy. Is not one of my favorite movies, but I know a lot of people like Sleepaway Camp.
I think we should tackle that a little bit. Um, is it problematic for the
Is
trans
Sleepaway
community
Camp
now? We're
problematic?
gonna call that out 100%.
So first thing, let's put it out there. These are spoilers, right? So
Yes.
the movie has a huge um, uh, twist
Twist at the
ending,
end.
right?
Mhm.
That it's played for shock and horror. And we're going to talk about the twist. So if you haven't watched the movie and you don't want to hear the twist, you maybe can skip a few minutes. But
Yeah,
uh,
skip or fast forward.
what is the big twist? Do you remember?
I
And so
do.
then I do have to say, when you watch that movie and you watch the final scene, it burns into your
I
brain.
will
It's
never
like
forget my first watch. This was
I
over 10 years ago for me when I first watched it with my partner because we are horror queers, like, 100%. But you're right. It burns an image in your
I
mind
still
forever.
I saw it like, I don't know, 20 years ago. I don't remember when I
Wow.
saw it, and
You got me beat.
I can still remember it, and not because it's horrific. It's just the
Just
expression and
because it was so
her face.
shocking.
Yeah,
So it
but what
turns
is the
out,
shock? What is the shock? Yes.
so yeah, so being PC about it, because I highly recommend watching it and commenting in the comments below in the rewatch. But or if you've seen it, then shoot us a comment. So the main character who is portrayed as a female actually turns out to be a boy at the end, and it cuts
That's
to this person's face, and they're like, "I'm just gonna do it. You can put this on."
oh
They're
yeah,
like,
we're gonna freeze the
like that.
that's the face. That is the
You
face.
can freeze that and put it on
I'm
replay,
gonna
but
we're
then
gonna
they
freeze that. It's
do a
really
close
interesting.
up with this horrific music, and it's so well done. But I mean, it wouldn't fly in today's
So it is problematic in my opinion, and I
yeah.
don't really know anything about anything. And I apologize to the trans community if I'm butchering this. But I do believe it's problematic just because the whole reveal is played for shock and horror, right? That's the shocking and horrific part of it, is that you discover at that point that this monster, you think it's a girl, and then it's a boy. And I believe that's the line, right? It's a boy, and it's like,
At
oh
the
my
very
god. So
end,
it's like,
yeah,
um and the way they reveal it, yeah, it was with that face. I can't do the face, but it's the face.
well,
And
you have the face
but there's
forever on
there's
the
a
internet.
pan, so they show so this it's a male, I would say, traditional male body that they show you.
Sure,
um
sure.
so I don't know. It's just, and also the way that this happens is that this boy gets, I might be misremembering this, but he had a sister and his sister died, and he goes to live with his aunt
His aunt.
who was he has some sort of issues. I don't remember exactly what happened there, but
She
somehow,
is off her fucking rocker. This woman, this aunt, is like
so apparently that
insane.
she's the one that turns him into a girl.
Yeah,
And then, because this girl was bullied and had this traumatic experience as a child, she becomes this like killer, right?
this monster.
Right. So it's like she becomes a monster as a result of everything that
Sure.
happened to her or
Yeah.
him, because we don't really know how this child identifies, right?
No.
So I don't know. I although I the from what I remember, the death scenes are pretty good. The scary part of the movie is really good. What I don't like is that the fact that the shocking part is just the gender reveal feels
Is
like a
the
little
gender
out
reveal.
of time.
But I will say this really quickly. We haven't talked about this. This is newsflash, everybody. It just came to mind. A Kevin Bacon movie released a few years ago about a summer camp, a conversion camp for the LGBTQIA plus
Oh
community. Them,
yes,
I think it was called Them. And there
them,
were
yes.
trans main characters in the movie, which was very well done. So the other
I
end of things, yeah.
I have not seen that one. I do remember that movie. Definitely in my to watch list, because
Highly
uh,
recommend. And but for a modern audience, there was shock and awe, just in other ways. Yeah,
it's a different one. Yeah, yeah. I'll definitely add that one. That's interesting. These are more movies. So summer camps are still horrific places to
of
make movies.
course they
At least
are.
they're scary. They're not part of. I mean, I grew up in Chile, so they were not really a big part of like summer in Chile. But I understand their summer camp is a big thing in American culture. So I understand why it's like such a horrific place.
But I think a lot of
Also,
gay men also romanticize them, Christian, because of
especially in the 80s
the
with the
fantastical.
counselors with short shorts. please.
And
That's the
those
only
high
reason why.
socks and those sneakers. Oh man, oh
That's
man,
the
oh
only
man.
reason. I'm not a super huge horror fan, and you know this, but the only reason why I watch these 80s horror movies is because of the camp boys. Which reminds me, the guy that plays George Costanza. What's his
Oh,
name? You remember him? The guy that plays George Costanza
yes,
in Seinfeld.
yes.
I cannot remember his name. I'm so bad, so I apologize. But he was in a horror movie in the 80s
I
in a
just
camp.
watched it. I just watched that one. I forget that what the hell it was called. I was dozing
I
off
don't
because it was after like a party or something. I was tired, but
know.
he he can fill out a
That's
pair of he can fill out a bathing suit back then
he
too.
could feel everything. Like
You
those,
can
he
feel
wears like t-shirts and tank tops, and he looks amazing.
he was a
But
smart ass.
I gotta be honest. I always thought George Costanza was hot too. So
Ooh,
I mean, they play it for laughs in this show. Like and he's neurotic, and I hate his personality.
yeah,
But
he's
but he's self-deprecating, and he doesn't like his own. He has body image issues in the show. I'm talking about Seinfeld, but
Seinfeld. Right, right, right. Not the movie.
I always thought he looked pretty hot in Seinfeld. So yeah, they always make fun of him because of his physicality, because he's kind of short and stocky, and
Right,
I think that's hot as hell. So I'm sorry I forget his name, but
but he
George
is a
Costanza,
short king in whatever the hell horror movie he was in that I just watched.
fantastic in the 80s. Go look him up, watch that movie. I don't remember any of the plot. I just remember a bunch of shorts.
Yeah,
I believe this is one of those raunchy ones, though. I believe there's like a lot of boobs probably in it.
it's a little. I
So
mean, it was the '80s, the '80s
yeah,
and early
like all
'90s.
of
They
this,
showed a
like
lot of.
probably early 80s, where the main thing was like the male gaze, right? And so there's a lot of like naked girls in it, but
and
there's
and
some
and
pretty
there are
boys too.
some. Well, yeah, I was going to say that there's some butts, some male
Oh,
part.
Mel
Yeah,
Derriere. I don't remember that part, but good. I'm glad. I'm glad.
you're glad.
But
Exactly. Show more of that. That's
we
my
need equality. That's what I say. So nudity, in equality in nudity. Let's call it
let's
that way.
put it
I should
that
put
on a
that in a
shirt.
shirt. Yes. So yeah, 80s slashers. They're great because of the short shorts. That's my stance.
They're
That's the only
perfection.
reason.
That you don't even let's leave it at that because then we can go
Yeah.
too far. That's fine. Yes.
And let's finish our recap of summer horror things. Something that is close and dear to you is True Blood. How is True Blood a summer thing for you?
True Blood is always a summer watch for me. My best friend Melinda got me into it years and years and years ago. And for me, it had always been released, or I had rewatched it over the summer months. It's a summer rewatch favorite for me because it's in Louisiana and it's hot. And I have a very big soft spot for New Orleans and vampires in Louisiana.
And hot
and the
guys
heat and the heat
and the heat, yes.
and
But I gotta say,
hot vampires, and hot
True
werewolves,
Blood,
panthers.
where
But it's
everything
also very queer. It's very queer coded. So
it is. True Blood is or was, I
100%.
guess, and that is super sexy. I agree with you. And I mean, it's the heat, is the setting, but it's definitely the characters. The characters are hot as hell, all of them. I don't
All
know
of
if there are
them.
any. I mean, I don't remember the names, but there's this old vampire who went to play on American Horror Story. I'm talking about like the um
Oh,
he was like the
Russell
leader of,
Edgington, that character when yes.
yes,
Um,
I think
I
he's
can't
hot
think
as
of his
hell.
name, the actor's name.
Yeah.
Wonderful actor. Yes.
Oh yeah, and super hot. And well, not to mention all of them, right? The werewolf and the vampires. They're all hot. And Suki Stackhouse. Come on, she's the
She's
queen.
gorgeous too.
And
Anna Paquin did
her
a great job portraying the
I
Suki
love her
character.
accent. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. It's not her accent because when she played Rogue, didn't she play kind of like the same accent? I
She
don't
did.
know. Maybe that's her accent. I don't know. But I love her. Um, her girlfriend, I forget her name. She was amazing.
Tara.
Tara. Yes. Oh my
Tara.
god. Yeah.
Oh, poor
Love,
Tara.
love, love
Yeah,
that character.
poor
Um.
Tara.
Oh, what? You know, like her story arc.
No, well, no, I did, and you feel for her and you love her. And spoiler alert, there are like 6 seasons, I believe, of True Blood. They eventually kill off Tara. So
Yeah, yeah.
if there's ever a reboot, there won't be a Tara. So,
Well, you never know. It's fantasy. Maybe she'll be back.
but it's True Blood, so they'll bring
Yes,
people back anyway.
anything's possible. Yes.
I
So yeah,
recommend.
it's a good
Yeah,
show. It's super dumb, but one thing I like about the show also is the intro music, like the intro theme.
the
I
intro
was super into it.
sexy.
I was super into it. What is that? Is that the one that maybe I'm wrong? I
Jace
want to do
Everett.
bad things.
Jace
I
Everett.
want to do bad things to you. Is that the one?
Oh man, bad things.
Bad things. I said with you, maybe it's with you, and I changed the lyrics to you, but I think it's
2 with around 4.
what. Either way,
That's
yes,
fine.
it's about bad things
Ooh.
regardless. I love that song. Oh, no kidding. I am warm, but it's apart from the conversation, also because of all these lights that I have
I got a
running
hot
here.
flash thinking about all those
We,
special creatures.
yeah. And just like that, man,
Just like
we've
that.
been talking about been going at it for 30 minutes, so maybe it's time to talk
That's
about other things.
some
So
longevity there, Christian.
I know that's stamina.
But let's change the subject.
Let's change quickly the subject. So one thing that you and I have been working on very hard is the blog in Hunky Tops, right?
Yeah, we have.
Writing content every other week or so, publishing a lot of stuff. But the truth of the matter is that we're not really getting a lot of results from the content that we've been writing. So we were wondering if we could bring something new, something refreshing. There's a lot of other good content out there, right? So why should we compete or even attempt to put more voices out there?
Sure.
We want to do something new, something refreshing, and something different with the Hunky Tops blog or written content on Hunky Tops. And we put out a survey out there about it. We heard some of your opinions. We're super excited, but I do want to invite people to answer the survey. And I wasn't prepared. I don't have the link but I'll put it in the comments later. But if you go to hunky.link/survey, you'll get the survey and you can answer it, and that will really help us. I don't know. Should we tease what it is about, Joe? Do you want to?
I think we should tease. I'm going to be supporting actress in this conversation for now. So you tease it, and I'll jump in.
Okay. So basically, when we love stories, as anybody who listening here can attest. We love stories, and we like queer stories, and we've been thinking about writing queer stories at Hunky Tops. And the way that we want to deliver those stories is via short episodes, right? Having like serials published on Hunky Tops. That's the main thing. And the thing that we're asking you all is to tell us what kind of stories you would like to read, right? Like, what are the genres? Is it sci-fi? Is it horror? Is it a mix of all of it? Is it fantasy? Is it erotica? What do you want to read? What the level of like
spiciness
do you want in your story, right? Do you want it extremely PG or you want to be like completely explicit? We want to know all of those things. So yeah, like what do you want to read about? Do you want to read about like daddies or bears or twinks or a mix of all of them or none of the above? Whatever it is that you want to read about, let us know. So that's what this survey is asking. So if you go to hunky.link/survey, you can answer and let us know.
And we'll share it to our social media stories as well.
Yes, it's already in the in the posts, but I'll put it again one more time. And so yeah, people can definitely go there and answer. So yeah, I'm excited about it. I'm excited. We've seen some positive, some really interesting comments we've received so far in the answer to the survey. So it looks good. This is not going to happen overnight. There's some development that we need to do on the website to make sure that we can deliver this in a way that makes sense. So, but yeah, it's happening. I think it's happening.
And a lot of creative juices are going into this. A lot of creative hours, and we'll always produce something good for you guys.
So I guess this is not a spoiler, but of course, Joe, you're planning on writing something for for this new format, correct?
I am. I am.
Yeah.
And I have the chops. I'm up to the challenge.
Oh, we know. Yes,
I
you've
have
published. I know you've published books, and
yeah.
I'm really excited to. I've read a few excerpts of your work, and I'm really excited to read more.
Thank you. And I'm working on with actually a model. I'm going to be releasing this soon. Little spoiler for you guys. A model from Gibraltar that I found on Blue Sky that has not modeled before is
Ooh,
open to modeling, being the book model for my upcoming books. So maybe
exciting.
we'll get him on for Hunky Tops too. We'll see. Ooh,
Totally. Why not?
ooh,
That's
yes,
good. That sounds
yes.
good. And speaking of hunky tops, let's talk about our shirts today.
Sure. Shall I dive right in?
Sure, sure. Why not?
Dive right in, and I'm wearing. I'll do this. There we go. I'm wearing the Majestic Muscle Merman T-shirt. I actually wore it July 4th weekend. I got compliments on it. Have not worn it to the gym yet, but I did wear it out over the weekend by the pool, and very cozy as always. Size large, fits me in all the right areas, and I think this is one of your best prints. So highly recommend.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, Joe. I am wearing the I don't know if I can show it. I don't know if I can show it. It's the can you see it? There it is. There it
There it
is.
is.
Oh
There's
no, wait, there way. The clear Buccaneer pirate t-shirt. This is an old one that one of our good community members kind of requested. He's like, I need a pirate tee. He needed a pirate tee for something that he was doing. I can't remember what. So it's like, try to make it happen, and we make it happen. So Queer Buccaneer pirate t-shirt, and also my newest hat, the Galen.
Yes.
It's an embroidered hat. I really like the construction of these hats. They're really fancy. I do recommend. They're very, very comfortable. If you have any hat ideas, just leave us a comment because I'm looking to expand the hat offering. But yeah, this is I had to accompany the Galian t-shirt design that is also available on the website. So if you check that link, you'll see also the t-shirt and the tank top. So that's what we're wearing today. It's amazing. I'm so excited to share it. Yay! And with that, I think
That's
we've gone through the list of things that we wanted to discuss.
Wow.
It's a lot.
38 minutes, and I want to keep going.
I know there's so much to discuss. Maybe Joe, maybe next time we should talk about just one movie and deep dive, or one book or one TV show.
I think
something like
we're
that.
gonna have to do that, my friend.
Deep dives. I don't know. That's
a deep dive.
If you who are listening suggest a deep dive for us to do, let us know. What do you want to hear about? What should we discuss next time? Let us know. We want to hear. Leave us a comment. We'll reply to them. And like and subscribe, like the influencers say. And with that, Joe, where can people find you when they want to find you?
You know what? Great question. They can actually contact me directly. 973-289-3517. Call me up to ask about Hunky Tops. Call me up or text me to talk about a free 25-minute marketing consultation. We can talk about we can talk about all the above. And also you can find me on Instagram at Joseph A. Federico or Pride Promotion Cast.
Awesome.
How about you?
So I am the owner of Hunky Tops, so you can visit hunkytops.com. Oh, I didn't know that was a
love
ticker
that.
in the bottom. That's hilarious. But anyway, you can find me on Hunky Tops. If you scroll down, there's contact forms. There's links to Hunky Tops social media. I am the person behind all of the social media. So if you want to talk to me directly, you can either email Christian at hunkytops.store or just talk through Instagram, Facebook, message, whatever. I'll reply. It's me.
It's
I'm
him.
behind the whole thing. So yeah, do that, and we'll talk, or leave a comment here, and I'll reply. That works.
That's
as well.
it.
Thank you so much, Joe, for your time. Thank you, everybody
Thank
who
you.
stuck around and listened. Thank you to all the people watching the replay. We'll love to hear you. We'd love to hear from you. We'd love to have you here. Thanks for whoever scanned the QR code.
And happy Summerween, everybody.
Happy Summerween. We're in it together, and we'll see you again in a couple of weeks. Have a